Hi y'all, it's YettySpeaks here on this Saturday beautiful afternoon with the weekend review.
If ever I had a video.
Everybody, it's your girl YettySpeaks back with the weekend review. I'm going to be coming to you guys every now and then with a weekend review because some weeks we have a lot of news that we need to go through, a lot of important things that happen that we need to go through. And I don't always have the chance to actually go through everything on a day-by-day basis with you guys. So once we have more news during the week, like this week we had a lot of news, I'm going to be coming to you guys at the end of the week, preferably on Saturdays, to go through everything with you guys, do my comments and my reactions and my reviews to it. And I would like you also to do the same below the board. So this is your first YettySpeaks React Weekend Review. So this week we had a lot of news, a whole lot of news actually, from entertainment to politics to top of the blogs, everything going on all around the world, in Africa, in Nigeria, in America, in UK. So it's been a very busy week, and especially if you live in America, you feel like a week is like a whole year because things just keep happening on a minute, on a minute, on a minute. So I'm just gonna go through some of them with you guys, and so let's go ahead and go through it. First thing first, we have to talk about politics. The progressive left in America is rising up again. Last week we had, or was it a week and a half ago? I'm not sure. The way things go nowadays, it goes so fast, so you're not even sure if it's a week or 2 weeks ago or even a month ago. But I believe last week they had the Florida primary, of which Andrew Gillum won the Democratic primary. But this week we have a new upset, and that's in the name of Ayanna Pressley. She was running for Congress in Boston, Massachusetts, and she beat a 20 term actually incumbent who was also progressive in order to get his seat. So this is just a way of letting you guys know that the Democratic left is really rising. They're actually pulling up all their army to make sure that they win the elections in November. And if you want to have a change in America, if you want to check on Donald Trump right now, it seems like the only way you can do it is by actually going out to vote, because the Republicans are not going to do anything no matter what he does. They're not going to try to put a query on him or even start impeachment or even start hearings on him. So the only way to do it is to make sure Democrats have the subpoena power, and in order to do so, you have to make sure we elect Democrats all around. And so, if we're able to get candidates that are special, that are passionate, that is able to make the base rise to them, then we should be able to get new people to elect in the Congress. Because if you keep going on with the old people all the time, they don't excite the base. So in order to excite the base and make sure that they vote for you, vote for Democrats, you have to go ahead with new people that are actually fighting for what you want. So I'm happy to hear that a new person actually got that position again. Hopefully, as this year goes by and as everything keeps going on, by November, we have real progressives on the ballot, and the Democrats are able to win. A lot of news has been said. They've been saying a lot of news that people think there's going to be a blue wave in November. I'm optimistic about that. However, you know how Democrats are sometimes. They don't, they assume that everything is going on good and they don't go out to vote. So I will implore you guys, if you're Democrats, to go out and vote. Because if you don't vote, nothing's going to change. Everything is just going terribly right now. And imagine if the Republicans were able to win the House or the Senate, it will embolden Donald Trump and think that everything he's doing is right, and things might get worse. So we need to go out and vote and do our thing. In entertainment news, a couple of videos came out this week, important videos. I'm sure that a lot of videos came out, but the ones I really liked were from artists like Yemi Alade, Mama Africa herself, called Isokaya. If you haven't watched it, get a chance and watch it. It's really good. Also from Adekule Gold, called Damn Delilah. He's a really good high life artist in Nigeria right now that's doing well. And his video song is featuring Shay, who's also a very good singer. So watch that video also, Damn Delilah. And also the one and only Eminem is out with a new video from his new album. I don't remember the name of the title right now, but it's also very good. If you're an Eminem fan from back in the day, you know everything that comes out is always good, and this is also very good. So watch that. Another story out there today is about Bob Woodward's new book is coming out called Fear. It's about the workings of Trump administration and what's going on in there. Now, Bob Woodward, sorry, is a very, very prestigious journalist. He's been out there since the 60s. He and Carl Bernstein were the ones that uncovered the Nixon Watergate scandal. So he's since then has been coming out with new books every time a new administration comes into play, and he did that also with the Trump administration. However, with this time, there's a lot of bad things going on in the book regarding what's happening in the Trump administration, and it's so scary that's why I keep telling people to vote, because if you keep staying in your house and not voting, things are not going to change. They're saying that Donald Trump is so irrational, so that it's so dangerous that sometimes they have to actually steal stuff from his desk in order to not cause a national security. And those kind of things are very, very difficult to hear, and what is worrisome, especially when we don't know what kind of deal he has with Russia right now. So all those kind of things are in the book. They're talking about the workings of the Trump administration, how he doesn't know anything really, and he has no capability to actually learn, how he's obsessed with the Russia probe and Mueller, how he's mad at Jeff Sessions and all the kind of names and all the terrible nicknames he's given to, Jeff Sessions, like calling him a mentally retarded person, calling him a dumb southerner. He's also called H.R. McMaster, who is a prestigious army man. I think he called him that. He says he dresses like an oil salesman or beer salesman. Sorry. He also said that Gary Cohen was committing treason because Gary Cohen wanted to leave after the Charlottesville incident last year, when he said both sides were responsible for the violence. Both sides, both the white supremacists and also the people that were actually protesting against the white supremacists. So a whole lot of things have been happening in the Trump administration, many that we know of and some that we didn't know that came out this week. And it's very, very scary. And apart from that also, while we were still trying to stomach what was happening in the Bob Woodward book, because the book is not out yet. It actually comes out this coming week. But normally with the Bob Woodward book, because he's also an associate editor with Washington Post normally has the first excerpt of the book, any book he writes. So that's why we're able to know what's happening in the book, And so while we were still trying to stomach what was in the book, we came up with a story about somebody in the Trump administration writing an anonymous letter to the New York Times, also saying the same thing as what Bob Woodward was saying in his book. And it was saying that many times that they have to disregard Donald Trump's commandments because they're scared that if they do what they say they should do, that there'll be a calamity in the country and in the world. So, many things are happening right now. We are all scared, but we're just praying and hoping that the Democrats are actually able to win the Senate and the House. Many people say that they think that the Democrats are going to find a difficult time to win the Senate. I am optimistic that we can do so, because when I look at all the polls, Claire McCaskill, she's in a state where Donald Trump won by double digits. She's actually in a tie with Josh Hawley. Joe Donnelly for Indiana is actually leading the person that he's running against. John Tester from where is he from? North Dakota, I think. He's actually leading that person also. And Heidi something, I don't remember her last name right now. She's a senator also. She's actually on a tie with the guy from South Dakota. Joe Manchin in West Virginia is actually leading his challenger in the polls also. And in Nevada and in Tennessee, there's Phil Bredesen, who was a very, very popular governor of Tennessee, and he's a Democrat, and he's actually leading Marsha Blackburn. Is that her name? Marsha Blackburn in the Senate race, because they're trying to take over Bob Corker's old Senate seat. And in Nevada also, I believe there's a lady there. I can't remember her name right now, but she's also leading Senator Heller, who is a Republican in that state. And also in Arizona too, the Democrat there is also leading the Republican in that state for Jeff Flake's seat. So I think that the Democrats, with the enthusiasm behind everybody in the Democrat Party, And with the new candidates that's actually making the base very, very passionate, I think there's a possibility that we can actually win the Senate also. And I'm praying, fingers crossed, optimistic that we can do so. Because if we're able to do so, we have the subpoena power to do everything that we need to do. We need to hold Donald Trump accountable to this country. And also, especially with this week, if you watch the Supreme Court hearings and you see what Brett Kavanaugh is saying, he wasn't answering any questions. And I know that there's nothing that the Democrats can do right now to stop him from going onto the Supreme Court. However, if we're able to find something after he gets to the Supreme Court, and we're able to find something against him, there's a possibility that we can have hearings. And if we're able to uncover something untoward about him, we can easily, with our power, get him off the Supreme Court desk. Hopefully, I'm not saying that there's still going to be something, but his non-answers is giving me worries right now. Because when Pamela Harris asked him a question, he didn't have an answer to it. And when Cory Booker asked him a question, he didn't have a good answer to it also. So those are the things I'm worried about. I'm hoping that we're able to get the House and the Senate in order for us to do what we need to do in order to save this country from Donald Trump. Serena Williams beat her person she was playing in the quarterfinals 2 days ago. So she's now in the finals. Yay. I think she's a superhero, really. I love that girl. She's just so good. She's, to me, the greatest of all time, And now she's in the finals. She's going to play Masoka something. I don't remember her last name. But Masoka is also a very, very good player. And Masoka is really, really ready to play with. So I hope that Serena brings her A game to beat her. But even if she doesn't, she still hasn't accomplished a lot. But I'm hoping that she does, because Serena is really, really... Barack Obama came out yesterday with a rebuke against Donald Trump. Everything Donald Trump he rebuked. Every policy he rebuked. Every saying, every tweet he rebuked. And just it feels so fresh to see him, to see what a president is supposed to look like, how a president is supposed to act. We are missing him so much. We know he can't come back for a third term, but we are hoping that he's able to galvanize his base and the Democratic base and to bring them together so that we can win the Senate and the House. Barack Obama is an example of what a president is supposed to look like and how he's supposed to behave. And I'm praying and hoping that he and Michelle are able to do what they need to do. Many people say that he wasn't able to do so in 2016. I feel like the reason why he wasn't able to do so in 2016 was because we had a candidate that was not likable. And if we was able to get a better candidate support, we would have won the White House against Donald Trump. But because there were two candidates on the ballot that were not good, they both had higher disapproval ratings than approval ratings. That was why they were able to push it to Donald Trump. Especially right now, we don't even know if Russia had a hand in the results of the elections right now, because Robert Mueller is still investigating that. But I'm hoping that that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are able to do what other people cannot do, and that is to galvanize the base. In the news, entertainment news actually, and fashion. Yesterday, something terrible happened at Harper Bazaar's party after the New York Fashion Week showing. It says in the papers that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj were fighting, and that Cardi B had thrown a shoe at Nicki Minaj, saying that Nicki Minaj was saying something about her parenting skills and what have you. My thing is this, although a lot of mothers, and me included, will be mad that somebody's actually challenging them or talking about their child or talking about their parenting skills. When you become somebody like a Cardi B or a Nicki Minaj in the industry, you don't have to be a stereotypical black person or black woman fighting over stupid stuff. I don't think it makes any sense for you to be doing so. It makes you look bad. It makes you look ghetto. It doesn't make you have endorsements. It's just ridiculous to me. And really, when you see it, she was actually the one being walked out of the party by security with her clothes torn, her butt hanging out, with a big bump on her head. It really didn't make any sense, and it doesn't give us black people or black women a good name that we're fighting even though we have money. It's ridiculous, But that's just what I think. If you want to watch the video, there are many videos on YouTube and online about this. I really don't want to. I just saw it and I knew I had to talk about it because everybody's talking about it on the Twitter right now. But that's just how I feel about it. It's ridiculous to fight about stupid stuff like that. There's such a thing about us ignoring. Cardi B is making it right now, Everybody loves her music. Everybody loves her personality. I've loved Cardi B since Love and Hip Hop New York. I think she was a star, and I was so happy for her that she was able to move away from Love and Hip Hop and become a bona fide star. And for her to do this, to me, it's just like going back. It makes no sense, you know, because doing stuff like that hurts your money, and you don't want to hurt your money because superstars right now they don't just depend on the money for their records. They depend on endorsements. They depend on a whole lot of stuff to make money. And you're doing something like this is not going to make a company want to use you as your spokesperson for an endorsement for endorsement. So that's just how I feel, you know. What do you guys think? I mean, I just feel that there's no reason to be fighting women, grown women to be fighting. It doesn't make any sense. At least it's the story that I just came to my preview a couple of hours ago, and that's about embodied child killer George Zimmerman, killer of Trayvon Martin. It's been said in the news that he's actually threatening Beyonce and Jay-Z. He's talking about how he was going to shoot them if he saw them or feed them to alligators because of the Trayvon Martin documentary going on in BET right now. You know, I mean, I really I really don't know what to say or how to even react right now because you know, if it was a black person that actually killed a white person and they was behaving the way George Zimmerman is acting right now, we all know what they will be saying. We all know they will be saying that he should be in prison, that he's a thug, this, that, whatever. But nobody's saying anything to George Zimmerman because he's white Spanish. It's ridiculous. You know, you shouldn't have to. I mean, I hope he's being investigated for that. I hope he's, you know, being sued or something because you just can't go around threatening people or destroying stuff or saying stuff about people and thinking that you're just gonna get away with it. He feels like because he got away with Trayvon Martin's murder that he can say whatever he wants to say or do whatever he wants to do and get away with it. And that's just not how law and order works. It's ridiculous. You are allowed to say whatever you want to say in America as long as you don't incite violence. And to me, he's inciting violence by doing that because Beyonce and Jay-Z are public people. And if you're going to be saying stuff like this about them, somebody that's as crazy as you would think that you know they should go ahead and do what you said they should do. So for that reason, I think he should be investigated and I think he should be arrested because he's just growing more wings and more balls every day, thinking that he can say whatever he wants to say and do whatever he wants to do and get away with it. And I don't think that's the way it should be. But that's just how I feel. What do you guys think? So that was my news for my weekend review news. Is there anything that you guys think I forgot? I think I covered everything that was important to me. But something that is important to me might not be important to you. So if you feel like I missed something, or you want to add something in the comments below the bar, or you have any other reactions apart from what I have, or you have similar reactions to me, please leave your comment below the bar. I love to hear from you guys. I love to hear what you think. I love to hear how you see what I'm talking about, your comments about it, and your reaction and reviews also. I love to hear all this feedback. So please do so. Please, comment below the bar. Also, if you would love to hear more videos, if you would like to hear more about my views and reactions to news in general, or to movie trailers, music videos, and other stuff, please subscribe to my channel, YettySpeaks Reacts, below there, and you'll be able to get my new videos when it comes out. Normally, I have a video like every other day on my channel because there's always something going on, and there's always a new video that I want to review. There's always a new trailer that I want to review. So I try as much as possible to get to it as soon as it comes out because I have an alert on all of them. So let me know what you guys think. It's me. I'm signing out, and till next time. Bye.
If